I've got it. I can see both of us. I just don't tend to look at myself at all.
Okay, I'm gonna look at you and you can look at me.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, like a
so I managed to look at myself. Shit.
All right, so we have, let's see. Bum, bum, bum. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21 suggestions to choose from. So pick a number between 1 and 21.
I'm gonna choose my favorite number, 20.
Oh, 20, great. This comes from Meng Wang, and our suggestion is Muscular, Philosophist.
Oh my God. Yeah. Hello, Meng.
Thanks,
cool.
Meng.
St. Jacob. So
What's
sorry
that?
I'm late.
Oh, I thought I was late. I just got here too.
Oh, let me take off my wings.
Yeah. You made it.
Today, the traffic in the sky, horrible.
I know. They've got a lot of angels up there, and it's hard to weave in and out. And you know what? Some angels, they just don't know how to fly. Let's be honest. They don't know how to fly. They don't put their left arm out when they have to make a turn, and you're sitting there, you're waiting forever.
You're right. I was like, okay, maybe I can sing something while waiting, because I knew you were waiting for me. You have all the list to go through.
Yeah.
And they're like not moving.
I know. And then you know what happens is I bet you get really frustrated and you're like, come on, let's go. And then that just makes it worse.
You're right. And you know what helped me? Imagine you playing the harp, St. Jacob.
You mean this harp?
Oh. I would say that I feel like I'm in heaven, but I'm already in heaven.
Yeah, I hope you feel like you're in heaven. I'm so glad you decided to meet with me as well. Thank you for taking, I was going to say taking time, but there's no time here. So thank you for taking the opportunity.
Good one. You should have been a comedian. Oh no, you were.
I was. Don't quit my day job. Well, I died. That kind of stopped my day job. I didn't want to quit it, but yeah, every once in a while.
When we die.
Right? You die. Do you want anything before we start? I mean, I guess we are starting already.
Yeah. Okay. So please grab your list and give me a glass of water. Okay.
Boom. There you go. Water served.
Boom, boom. Thank you so much.
Ma, you were thirsty. That was one gulp.
Yeah, I'm still from rushing and everything. You know how it is.
Oh,
Man gets thirsty.
Yeah. Well, yeah, take a moment. I mean, and we can just go over this. I mean, really, I just want to hear about your experience. That's why I wanted to meet with you, is I just want to get a sense of how you're adjusting and if there's anything that, I can do to help. Or, it's funny, I'm not out there like you are. I'm not on the front lines. And so sometimes I feel like I'm a little out of touch. And so I just wanted to make sure that we're doing all we can here to support you. That's it. I mean, it's heaven. It should be heaven for you. And right now I feel like
heaven for everyone.
It should be heaven for everyone, right?
Yeah, Queen was right.
Yeah.
You know what? I spoke with the Saint Peter.
Yeah.
And he told me, I mean, he's always at the door, gossiping around, look who's coming, who's not coming.
Right.
And he said to me that our main philosopher is a little bit upset these days.
Oh, you mean the big one?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I can share the information with you if you'd like.
Will you?
Yeah.
Then I'll get my plus points, with him.
Right. The big one's not upset with you or any of the angels or archangels at all. Yeah, that's not. The big one is just upset with how things are turning out at other places, and so there's a little bit of frustration, I think, that's setting in, which is, you know, A, vulnerable, that the big one would say that, but B, also it's making things around here, you know, a little bit more tense than they normally would be. And I think it's just a momentary situation.
Oh, I know, but you know what? Moment here is like eternity.
Yeah, we're in a moment, right?
We're always stuck in the moment, you know, and if that moment isn't good, then what?
I mean, you can't really plan on what's going to go. You know what they say, try to plan, the big one laughs.
Yeah. You're right. Now give me the list. I want to make my day a little bit better. Tell me
Okay.
who did what, please.
Here. I thought you wanted me to do you want me to hand you the list or read you the list? I can do either one.
Read.
Okay. Well, it starts off good. So there's a lot of good that's happening right now. So, you know, your energy is exemplary. You're a great example to all the angels and archangels. People know that they can trust you. It seems that you've learned a lot from your past life, and you're applying that to become a more productive angel. That's good. I mean, all of these seem to be going really well. Oh, there is one thing that is on the list that I should probably also tell you.
Maybe you should. I mean, I've sinned so much that I don't know which one to choose.
Well,
Was it the one when I stole a Bible and smoked a joint?
we didn't have that one on the list.
Shit, I just said.
But
okay, is it the one that I was playing loud music and then someone jumped from the window next door?
That's another one that we didn't have on the list.
Okay. What do you have on the list?
That you're too hard on yourself.
Okay. That's not so bad. I mean, I've been like that all my life. I got used to it.
I mean, you're in heaven. Your sins have been forgiven. Anything that's in the past stays there where it belongs, and your deeds have been rewarded with eternal happiness. And I don't get a sense that you're as happy. And so I just wanted to meet with you to see if there's anything that we could do to make you or allow you to be happier. That's all.
Oh, Saint Jacob, you can see through me as if I don't have a body.
Well,
got you there.
That's a good one. I'm going to use that one. I'm going to use that one myself.
But for real, I mean, every time when I come to your cloud, I feel so relaxed.
Oh, good. That's what I'm here for. You know,
You
my door is always open because I have
no
doors.
You said this like 100 times and I always laugh.
I know. You know, I mean, when I was on Earth, I was a father, and I used to say these cornball jokes even before I became a father. And then I had an excuse when I was a father, and now that I'm here, I hope that they bring people a little bit of happiness and a little bit of laughter and a little bit of joy.
Now I feel like you're a father to me as well.
Oh,
I'm gonna cry.
Go cry. Do you want to cry? I mean, yeah, just grab a piece of the cloud. It's very malleable and can be made into a tissue as well. Oh, now I'm gonna cry.
And you know what? When we both cry, then there's rain, and then some people are not happy, and then I'm again hard on myself.
I just want tears of joy.
Saint Gabriel, please.
You know the good thing is, though? You know what the good thing is?
Yeah?
There are parts of the world that need rain right now. And the big one sends rain when we cry. It's directed towards those places. So
Oh my
again,
God,
you're too hard on yourself.
you're right. You see everything with a silver lining.
Well, you know what they say, every cloud
The silver
has a silver
lining.
lining. Bye. Are you? Oh, I thought you were leaving. Are you leaving?
I'm putting my wings. There's so
Okay.
much to do.
There's so much to do, but promise me one thing. Go easy on yourself. You
I
don't have
will.
anything, you don't have anything to prove anymore. You're
Thank
here.
you, Saint Jacob.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
I'm gonna be easy like these feathers.
Yeah. That's why I always say easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Lemon squeezy. Father joke.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And you know what? Don't tell anyone about my other sins, okay?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you.
Scene. Oh, that was awesome. I thought you were an angel when you came in and sat down. I thought you had wings on.
Yeah, I did. I just removed them.
Yeah. I was like, that was so great. Oh, how much fun was that?
Yes. You know, I've been watching your videos, and one of the things that's kind of kept me not to be too nervous right now is knowing that you got my back. And this was like amazing, beautiful feeling.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's my something that brought me into improv and kept me in was that feeling. And I'm, it's something that I treat very seriously. I think we have to do that. And I just don't get it why that's not just a staple for performers as they get out there. It's like, no, have each other's back.
Yeah, totally. And today I was by accident, with or without quotation, I'm not sure. I was watching your podcast from Jimmy Parain.
Oh, uh-huh.
And he asked you something like one thing that you would, I don't know, like suggest, and you said positivity, and that really stuck with me.
Oh,
it's so much easier.
I mean, it just makes more interesting scenes and more opportunities. And, I feel like when you're performing with someone, if you could take that positive angle, it allows you to have so much more fun.
Yeah.
And I have enough conflict outside of improv that's going on. Why would I want to add conflict? I just personally don't get it. I'm like, I'd rather play with this person. And I got a huge note. Like, I'll never forget it. I was in a workshop, and our teacher, she said, she stopped a scene I was in, and she goes, "Do you like each other?" I was with my best friend. I go, "Yeah, we're best friends." She goes, "Oh, you like each other off stage?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Like each other on stage." And it really changed. It was such a huge impact moment for me where I was like, yeah, why am I not making those choices normally?
Now me as a social worker, I would say, why don't you?
Well, I think I know
that?
why. I've examined this a ton. It's a lack of vulnerability. I don't think it's good enough. I think these arguments and sarcasm are going to be real funny, and it just isn't. So it's protection. Do you find as a social worker, you use improv a lot?
Well, yes, I'm a social worker, and when I finished university, I went to something called Theater of the Oppressed, which for me was a great combination between improv theater and social, how do you say, issues. That was great. That was in Croatia for a few years. So that kind of gave me a like combination of two things that I like the most, such as theater and helping local community. And now I'm together with my two colleagues. We teach intermediate level improv. And there, in the end, especially for the advanced beginners and the intermediate level people, you end up more about encouraging them as people rather than giving them improv skills. Because we have to first, I almost said zuerst German, and I'm not even talking German well. So we basically have to push the judge, the inner judge, like to
Yeah.
silence it a little bit, to be okay, whatever we're going to bring up. And it's okay. Like the world will not fall apart,
Yeah.
if the scene is not perfect. So uh, we are going more with that than with actual, techniques and skills, which is very interesting that we are our own biggest, judge.
Oh man. And if I'd love to meet someone who's done a perfect scene. I sure haven't done it yet. It's,
You're right.
why do you think it's so hard to silence that inner critic? Because it's also, as a teacher, don't you find it that you're able to tell people to do that, but then it's harder for you to do it yourself? At least I find that. I find it so much harder for me to learn my own lessons that I talk about.
Well, Saint Jacob, you saw once through me. Once again, of course. I mean, when you asked me to be here, the first was like, no, no, like I'm not that good, So, and it was my birthday, and then I said, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself with this failure. Like I'm gonna treat myself with this bravery. I'm just gonna, do the best I can, and that's it. So, yeah, it's not easy, but I also was enough vulnerable to say to people that you invited me, and how scared I was.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, so I'm, like their moderator, look at me, no fears. No, I said, like, I also thought, oh, am I good enough for this? This is going, live. Oh my God. All these little things. But then I said, I cannot tell you not to have fear. And then I do the same thing, and then I hide under the bed and hope Jay will forget,
I never forget. I never forget.
Shit, yeah.
It's so interesting because, I love the term you said, treat yourself to bravery. Like that's such a great way to look at it. And this whole notion of like, are you worthy? It's like, I'm not the determinant to anyone's worth in improv or
Yeah.
performing. It's like, it's everybody, to me, it's everybody plays. And everybody's, whether you've never taken a class or you're a veteran who's been performing for a long time, I think people are equally, worthy of playing.
Yeah.
And it's sad that not only do we think of that towards ourselves, but also there are some places, some theaters who make us believe that as well. And I think the way to look at it, at least that's helped me, is that style doesn't fit with my style. It doesn't mean I'm a bad improviser. It just means, whatever they're trying to do, my style doesn't fit with their style. But like everybody's worthy and can play. And yeah, I reached out because I wanted to play with you. I mean, that was the basic idea, was like, it'd be really cool to play and hear your story.
Oh, so it is. Angel, fallen angel. Well, you know what? I've been living in Munich for the last 5 years. And before, I was doing only the theater of the oppressed, as I already said. But when I came here, like 2 years later, after I learned German and, started searching for a job, then I discovered improv. And I can really say that improv saved my life. Really. Like I found friends, and not like general, like real friends,
Right.
I'm a part of a close group. I'm a part of open improv group. I even have a duo now, which I'm very proud of.
What's your duo?
We're just in the beginning. We don't even have a name yet.
Perfect.
Yes. Yeah, maybe we can be called perfect. Yeah.
They're done and done.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I told him that I would like that our duo is named My Better Improv Half. And he said it's stupid. I think it's great. Don't you agree?
You want my honest thoughts?
Yes.
My honest thoughts are, look, our initial thought are like, it's going to be bad. No, my honest thought is this. I think it's a great name for sure. I think the more people discuss names, the longer it takes people to settle on names, the shorter they're going to be together. So if you can't just, I've always been of the mindset of like, great, what name do you have? Wonderful. That sounds great. Like improvisers sometimes spend too much time on making choices of what the names are going to be. The name doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And sometimes we have these clever names that are sometimes more engaging than things that are done on stage. So like, right? It's like, don't worry about the name, just worry about doing the work you want to do. That's it.
Yeah, they should work in marketing or something, you know, like the name is great, the
Yeah.
brand is there. But
the performance was so, but man, the name was awesome.
The name.
I mean, look at some of the names of improv groups, right? You're like I know groups of like Carl and the Passions, and it's like, well, what the hell does that mean? Mr. White, Mr. Sir, Mr. Blonde, all of that. It's like, none of those names mean, nobody cares outside of like the improv community. And even there, very few people care. So worry less about the name and just more about getting comfortable with each other and supporting each other.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what? I also link this with owning, you know, like if we own this name or whatever we're doing,
yes,
then we're not questioning it, you know, we're committed to it and we're owning our shit.
Right. Exactly.
Shit, yeah.
Own your shit.
Own your shit. That's my policy.
Well, that's a perfect policy. It's like, it's that, you know, confidence aspect of it. And like, I talk about it in class. I say, you know, improvise like you're a pilot walking through an airport, because it's all confidence. And that's the big thing here, is like, it's this confidence in the unknown working out. And that's, as you first start off, you get so nervous that the scene's not going to work out. But then the more you do it, the more you're like, oh, I'm confident things will be okay. I'm not going to die. I'm going to survive this. So why not, in these moments of nervousness, choose to have fun and choose to love? It was a teacher told me, Martin DeMott said, love or want to love your scene partner. And I'm like, that's a pretty good piece of advice. It's worked pretty well. So yeah, love or want to love.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah.
God loves you.
Oh man. The big one.
The big one. I forgot the adjective. This was the first time that I hear this. Meticulous, or what was that? What was the
Oh yeah, it was, he gave us a suggestion of muscular philosophist. I was very strong. That's why I kept saying the big one. That came to me from muscular. So
oh, I was hoping you're gonna define, because it's like, what was that?
Sometimes it's fun not to know.
Yeah. I'll blame my English.
Yeah. It's so interesting to me too, because you live in Germany, you're from Croatia.
Mm-hmm.
When you improvise now, are you improvising in like, do you have to translate English to another?
I'm doing it in English.
Okay. Because I know that I've talked to some folks who say, no, I have to hear it in English, quickly translate it to my language, translate a response, and then translate that back to English. And I'm like,
oh, there will be a lot of awkward silences then.
I love that. That's going to be a show I'm going to do called Awkward Silences. And it's just a whole bunch of just silent tension. Yeah. Translating
all languages, you know.
Oh yeah.
Gibberish as the first one.
Where can people, if they want to follow you on social media, where can they follow you? And tell me a little bit also about like the classes you're teaching.
Yeah, well, I don't deal too much with that social media, to be honest.
Good.
So those who are watching this on Facebook, it can easily click on my name. But I would definitely like to call everyone who wants to see on a meetup called Improv Store. That's the group that me and my two other colleagues are running. And there, we're also offering online workshops. So yeah, and we'll probably stay with online and go offline once we are able to go.
Oh, that is
not here. Yeah,
I think it's here to stay. I think like the online stuff, it's going to be here, and it's just another opportunity for us to reach out to people all across the globe. And what a yeah. You know, so as we said earlier, what a silver lining on this cloud.
Yes, you are definitely a silver lining, Jay. Thank you so much.
You are, my friend, and I really appreciate you following the fear and coming on. This was super fun. I can't wait to do it again.
Yay! This time I'm gonna be devil.
Deal.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.